Hello there.
So, Ralphie joins Pussy and Tony's gift from Gloria down at the ocean with the fishies from Finding Nemo. What's going on, guys? My name's Elie Moses, a 23-year-old law and film student here for Sydney, Australia. Absolutely shooting his shot, and today we are up to episode 10 of the Sopranos season 4. Last episode was an absolute gem, an absolute banger. Salute to Ralphie, my friend. Laters. Gone, but definitely never forgotten, and your damage could be irreparable. Let's see, you were a big earner, big money earner, and that's the key in the business. Money. This is going to be cataclysmic. Let's get into it. This is going to be epic, epic. This one is titled The Strong Silent Type. Let's get into it. Let's smash it. Let's go. It's a slow suicide. I said it a couple episodes ago. This is next up. This is next up. What show is that? Or film? What film is it?
Look out! Here he comes!
Okay, Carmela. New hairstyle. The Karen hairstyle unlocked. New character.
Where's Furio?
He couldn't get a flight out of Rome in time, so I'm driving again today.
Come on in. He'll be right down.
Trying so hard to dress up so sweet just for Furio not to rock up. Shaking my head. He probably been doing this a lot of mornings too, because he just said, I'm driving again today.
No coffee, I gotta go, okay? How'd you do to your hair?
I cut it. What do you think?
I thought we agreed that you were gonna talk to me first if you were gonna do something to your hair.
What do you think of it?
It's short.
Carrots.
Makes you look younger.
Jenny's waiting for you.
You fat honey dripper. Come up with the rest of our money or I'll strip the lard of your ugly...
Where's the dog?
You shut the TV?
Where's the dog? Oh my God. Cosette?
What?
Christopher!
Did he sit?
She's not breathing. Her neck feels broken. Look. Oh my God. She's dead.
Fell asleep.
What?
She must have crawled under there for warmth.
Are you fucking crazy? You fucking killed her.
I didn't kill her. I must have sat on her.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my poor baby.
I'm sorry. It was an accident, for Christ's sake. How long I've been saying she shouldn't be on the furniture?
It's because you were fucking high, Christopher. You and your fucking smack pot lifestyle.
I'll get you another dog.
I don't want another dog.
Four on the side.
Let this be a wake-up call, man.
Oh! Nobody's heard from Ralph. Starting to worry, Tom. Boom.
Try the gay man's quiet. I read they were having tryouts today. 3-ball, far corner. Son of a bitch.
Thanks for receipt.
Where you been?
She's in the mail for you outside, Tony. UPS.
Machine again.
You're up, T.
How you doing?
Let's see how we're gonna frame this.
Great.
Right, he can tell by your eyes. Relax.
Oh, fuck.
Bloody Valentina, man.
What's that, Tony? That's Tony and Ralph's horse pile, Mike.
They cropped out Ralphie.
Here we go. Tom. Good shot. What you doing?
That's a forfeit. That's our money.
Get rid of that fucking picture. What? You don't want to...
You hear me? Burn it. I never want to see the fucking thing again.
Could have said something other than burn it. Come on, man. You're gonna give it the same treatment as the horse? That's slack. You're gonna burn the horse twice. He's back.
What?
Multiculturalism, Furio.
What? Am I wrong? Honestly, I don't know. Take a leak.
You don't want those rumors going around now. Or Tony doesn't want those rumors going around.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't piss on this Ralph if he was on fire. But to whack the guy over a horse, how fucked up is that?
It can happen to him, it can happen to any of us.
And what's next? You get clipped for wearing the wrong shoes?
What can you do? Tony's the boss. Centuries of tradition here.
Exactly my point. If Tony did do this, whack Ralph over a fucking horse, that guy'd be the first guy online to pull his fucking plug.
We cut to Justin on the plug. Nice. Nice, David Chase.
I think Justin recognized me a few minutes ago.
Thank you.
Come in, he's getting dressed.
How happy she is.
I'll wait in the car.
Look how happy she is.
Well, welcome back.
I bring presents.
Really, that is so sweet.
Also, for the grown-ups, I bring some of my uncle's wine. But it's come later.
I just made some coffee, you sure?
Needs to get past customs.
I wait in the car.
I wait in the car. Did he spell meadow wrong? Meadow? Is that a mini Bible? That's sweet, man. Hey, he spelled AJ right. He didn't bother spelling Anthony or Junior. He's like AJ. She wanted something for herself. Aww. Bro, he deeply in love. He deeply in love. This that Shrek and Fiona love, man. I was gonna quote J. Cole and say, I need that Jada and that Will love, but we all know how that going.
Said for my father. All right, but you gotta get over it.
Ah.
So I wrapped the paper, and there she is, with her head held high and her ears perked up. Now I am smiling. Still, I gotta be the sad clown. For my friends, my family, and our brave front.
I've heard you describe yourself this way. The sad clown.
Put on a show.
I've never seen it.
But deep down.
Carmela also painted a very different picture.
What do you mean?
Volatile, punching the walls, compulsive, gorging on food. Kind of a far cry from the seltzer bottle and bicycle horn.
Has he always... Do you reckon Tony's always been the sad clown? Like, ever since his childhood? That's just the way he was, like, because of what happened with Livia and things like that, because of how she treated him. He's always had to put on that sad clown persona for, like, the rest of his life, or he has had to do it for most of his life now. Just because of the life he was born into, the life he had to, you know, go into in terms of the mafia and stuff. And yeah, you can't really show your true emotions as the mafia boss. And then again, you had that juxtaposition cut of him telling Furio to man up about his father's death, and then cut to Tony crying with Melfi over a horse. You can't display that weakness to the boys.
What I'm trying to establish is your response to sadness is usually rage, not humor.
Well, you two don't have to trouble yourself, because I doubled my dosage.
I don't want you taking 80 milligrams of Prozac.
You kick it up to 80 for a week, 10 days. Just pull back on the stick, get the nose up. Then you duck back down to 40 before the limp dick thing sets in.
One, that's ineffective. Two, it's not a treatment for grief. Those ducks.
That was different. That was a whole different thing. They were ducks.
Is it different? You haven't grieved in this way for people. your mother, your best friend.
Can't I just be sad for a horse without some touchy-feely, Freudian shit component to it?
When it was the ducks, it embodied feelings of dread about your family, that something terrible was going to happen.
Just the miserable way she died. Just makes me wonder what kind of fucking toilet world we live in. Friend of the family, little boy, gets shot with an arrow, cuts off the flow of blood to his brain.
Oh, no.
13 years old. He's gonna live, but he's never gonna be right.
How awful for the parents.
Yeah. My nephew. I love that kid like I love my son. But I think he's got a drug problem, heroin. And it kills me just to say it, because I got so many hopes tied up in this kid.
This is Christopher.
And this 9/11 shit, I don't know. You know, the shit that's going on everywhere. It's like some fucking asshole stuck in the whole human race.
Anthony, do any of your associates think about any of this?
I don't know. We don't talk about it.
No one shows that vulnerability, or like they don't at least want to show it in front of them, like the boys, the mafia. They could all be going through the very same problems Tony has, but they keep it in house.
Reverend Rodney King Jr., you know? Why can't we all just get along?
What's ridiculous about it?
Come on. Don't jerk me off. This is me you're talking to.
You've caused much suffering yourself, haven't you?
My wife prays to God. What kind of God does this shit?
How about Carmine and Lupertazzi? Christopher ever talk about our dinner with him and Tony last July?
No.
We cut to two characters that are grieving at the moment in positions they... Okay, Tony obviously went to Melfi. That's like a weekly thing. But for like, again, a position they don't want to be in. Again, Aid, who's mourning the loss of her animal as well. And the same, like, Melfi even told her, it's just an animal. It's just a horse. I'm like, what? Like, it's the same. It's like... You can care as much for a horse as you care for a dog. Like you know how dogs end up being like companions. They end up being like kids to some people in terms of like how much they become a part of people's lives. So I can see where Tony's coming from in terms of how hurt he is. So I feel like it was a bit wrong of Melfi to dismiss it like that in terms of like it's just an animal, it's just a horse.
You and Christopher arguing? It's a stressful time right before a wedding. A lot of guys get cold feet.
He's fucking stoned on H all the time, okay? There. You happy?
You know, we put you guys on the mailing list for Hazelden.
That rehab shit. That's where all those brochures are coming from? From you?
Convince him he needs help, that he should be in rehab.
If only Saul Goodman existed in this world. Would have got Aid to call her.
Oh.
Call him, sorry. And he would have shut these guys up.
These flat screens, I'll tell you, no glare, high definition. I was watching on the waterfront downstairs. Carl Malden's nose hairs look like fucking BX cables.
Voicemail again. Chrissy, we're down here waiting for the TVs.
Let me ask you something. The other day, see with that picture, he looked like he was gonna cry. And still no word from Ralph.
Ah, the
Fuck is this
suspicions.
kid?
Obviously, the problems again begin to circle for Tony this episode. You got this guy right here who's a complete loser, and then you got the suspicion circling around about Tony knocking off Ralph.
You doing Nate this gag? 500. Yeah, wrap it up.
Get the fuck out the car, bitch. Motherfucker, you know who I am? Who the fuck is this? You know who the fuck I'm with? You ain't no fucking cop, that's for sure. Fuck you gonna do with that, bitch? Stick it up your mother's twat.
Oh, you know what's gonna happen now. Oh my gosh, they're gonna spin the block.
What?
She just heard about Pyomar. She's sick about it. Hello? Talking about Justin here.
Sorry, I was thinking about my mother.
The wine is too distracting. Still thinking about Furio. Thank you for the wine, Furio.
Oh my God. Did I forget to take that out?
What's wrong with you?
Really, Ma. Dad's right. It's not a bad drive. It's interstate all the way up to Boston.
Oh, my God. Eddie, what happened?
Got jacked by some spicks. Took his ride, his fucking watch, too.
Jesus Christ, the Cartier. Christopher, you're bleeding.
Stop touching it.
Oh, my God, baby.
He got pistol whipped, bro. GTA style.
What? Who are you?
Eddie. From down the park.
He's good people, Adrian.
I took him home, you know, he was all fucked up, but I'm straightening him out.
Hazelden, what's this?
It came for you in the mail.
Recovery?
Oh my.
Put me on mailing list for junkies? No! Huh? Where do you get your balls, huh? Where?
I wouldn't be surprised if Aid finally stands up like for herself completely and draws the line and just lays it all on the FBI, like whatever she has. Like can the marriage, can everything.
Horse with the trees, wooden frame, 25 to 30 G's at a minimum.
Hey, I think it was Tony said he wanted it burnt, Paulie, specifically.
Put it in my car. I'll take it home. Be an honor to hang his picture in my house.
Tony, can you come down here, please?
What? What's the matter? What happened?
Yeah, it's on site for Christopher now.
Christopher did this? He hit you? What for?
What's the
He was
difference,
high.
Tony?
Little prick. Gonna wring his fucking neck. Where is he?
He's been using drugs, heroin.
Yeah,
Who's this?
you called me, maricón.
Where's Christopher, asshole?
Fuck your mother.
Oh, his car was stolen.
Oh yeah, they
Because
jacked it. They got
took
his phone
cell
too.
phone, too. I don't know what to do. I already packed a suitcase for my aunts in Daytona.
Take it easy. Don't do something you're gonna regret.
3 weeks before their wedding.
Maybe he needs to be in rehab.
You can hire someone to do an intervention, apparently.
Girls, come on. We're a family here.
Bro, why does Aid stay with him? Like, I say it bunch of times in this show, like, Chris and Aid will have, like, fantastic, beautiful highlights, and you're meant to get lost in those highlights, those romantic, sweet moments with the gifts and things like that, and Aid's reactions. But, like, I don't know why she just doesn't cut it loose with him. I don't know if she's just worried about the consequences and things like that. I don't know. She's she's proven to be a strong, independent woman. Like, she's very motivated at points. You saw in the Hesh episode with the music industry. Yeah, it didn't go according to plan, but still, she can run. She can run the club herself. Like, she can do stuff herself. She's just so attached to Chris. You can't help it but just be attached to him. I feel like there are women like this in real life as well. They just take it, and it's just like for the perks, I guess, and stuff. Like similar to like Carmela and Tony. Like, I don't know.
Please don't hurt him.
I mean, this is your wife to be in 3 weeks. Like, what the actual? I'm laying it in on Chris because I don't give a shit. He's a prick. The new flat screen. Wait till Tony pays a visit to Paulie and sees that. Yeah, why are you always dragging AJ to Furio's as an excuse?
Carmela. Anthony, how you doing, man?
How you doing, man?
The decorating ideas.
You want to come in?
Without hesitation.
I'm sorry for the mess.
Oh, please, this is nothing. So
Hey,
there's a page.
it's cleaner than Janice's
Start at
kitchen.
home. Now wait till you see how a mirrored backsplash can amplify a room.
Does he understand what that is?
Something to drink?
We gotta go.
If you got a cup of coffee. He loved that little man, by the way.
Gobetto. It's good luck.
Not that he remembered to thank you. And Meadow loved that book.
You know, I feel bad. I didn't give you something. I bring something, but I forgot it when I left that morning. Balsamic vinegar, 35 years, from my sister's husband's family. Live in Modena.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, the kitchen at Carmela's house is about to go off.
So,
Come on, man. Straight from Italy.
Is it wonderful being back in Italy?
Oh,
The wine too.
wonderful, yeah.
Go home, see your friends, your family.
I gotta be honest. It was not so nice. I don't belong there no more.
No?
Something changed. Maybe me.
What do you mean?
I'm like a visitor in my own town.
He became poorly.
When I'm without you, there's nothing there for me now.
No special someone?
I feel strange to leave here also. Maybe I should never have come to America.
Come to America, man. Eddie Murphy, come on.
Though you've got a wonderful home, a girlfriend.
No.
No? What do you mean no? Jessica?
I tried to talk to her, but there is no communication.
No chemistry.
Like with some people, you know what I mean?
Look at those eyes, man.
Love is
They
built on.
they got similar eyes, I swear. Copy paste eyes, these two.
So why did you come back?
You said you'd take me to Comp USA so I can get a new magic stick.
And I will.
Yeah, well, I got stuff to do. I told you.
Yo, who do you think you are telling your mother like,
I better get going.
look at this
Thank
guy
you very
making
much for the
demands.
vinegar.
Where's Bronco?
I don't care what anyone says. Svetlana, badass.
Hospital for a while.
Badass.
Where's the old fart? Gotta talk to him.
It's his afternoon nap. You want me to wake him?
Man, give him a while.
You got the MacBook too?
Wine from Furio's uncle in Italy.
He says that they had a lot of sun in this year.
That's hello.
Needs ice.
That's Russians, man. That's Russians for you.
Gonna watch the Bloomberg.
Hey, Furio, I saw where those eyes. The eye tracker challenge failed right there, man.
So what's all that?
I'm making a website for my business.
Do people do that? Wine on the rocks?
You know how to do that?
No cable.
I'm going to pay somebody $35 an hour. I stuck. I call Bill.
You got married yet?
Maybe when he gets back from Port St. Lucie.
Well, you're,
No, what?
come on, you know that,
Oh, my leg. Of course. I don't think of it right away.
Hey, she a badass, man. She gets on with life. She had that problem. She
There
dealt
were
with it.
things.
Yeah. Crazy. I love her. She a badass, man. She a badass.
Walk away, and your new George Foreman grill will tell you exactly when your food is grilled to perfection.
This grill does all the work.
Hey, the boss is always watching. The boss is always watching. Yeah, burn that painting, bro. Get that shit down.
You got only one option. A dog you love catches rabies. You put her out of its misery, Anthony.
Solo.
Man, put Chris out of his misery?
The feds get him in this condition. Who knows what he's liable to say? You go on trial like me, you won't sleep at night.
But all the more reason to clean him up. Still, he's a major liability if it were anybody else.
That's khalas.
Reminds me of People's Feet.
Dominic Palladino, you remember him?
B&E guy. Real juicer.
Well, he's in AA now. Thought maybe I'd give him a call. They can treat this shit nowadays.
Me with the competency hearings. You with the head shrinkers. This one in rehab now.
It must have meant something that he felt bad.
Carmela, you sound like you're 15 years old.
You say I'm helping him decorate. I bring AJ with me. Now even he smells a rat.
Carmela, if Tony suspects one iota, you know what'll happen if you're real. These guys are living in a different century.
Hey, she's speaking facts.
Steve at the gym? I felt so guilty all the time, the lies and the sneaking. It took Jackie going in the hospital to get me to stop.
We haven't slept together yet.
You're not fucking him? So, this isn't really real.
It is real.
It's just non-contact real.
Looks at me like I'm beautiful. He thinks I'm interesting when I talk. Just those few minutes when we see each other, I live for those. I feel like my life is slipping through my fingers, that I will never be happy.
If you haven't slept with him yet, don't. And don't go over there anymore.
I love how we had back-to-back scenes there with Uncle June and Tony, or two back-to-back scenes, two men talking about advice and sort of like trying to sort out a situation and thinking of the consequences and trying to think of alternatives. Then you had another scene again, cut to Carmela and Ro talking to one another about the Furio situation, what's consequences of that and what to do, what not to do. And yeah, it's interesting. And I feel like both characters in Tony and Carmela might choose the wrong decision down the line, like for the future. They might pick the wrong decision. They're gonna take bad choice road in terms of like those decisions with Chris. It probably might be better off getting him whacked now. Personally, probably I get in terms of like mafia side of things, how liable he is, what's gonna say to the cops, like in the state he's in, what he could do, what damage he could do down the line. Like he won't be thinking straight. What decisions could he make? What rash decisions? Like you get what I mean. And then obviously Carmela, and if Tony finds out, oh my gosh. Super Saiyan Tony. You thought Anakin at the dark side was bad? Wait till Tony.
We're all here? Good afternoon. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dominic, and I'm an alcoholic and an addict.
Don't forget, scumbag.
As some of you obviously don't know, I've also been in recovery now going on 4 years.
He looks familiar. Was he in Goodfellas? No. I've seen him in a mafia. I feel like, I don't know.
I joined AA in prison, and frankly, it saved my life.
Group rehab. Let's go.
Okay, now we're all here today because we have one thing in common. Not only do we share a certain background and culture, we also care about Chris and want to help him with his heroin addiction. Now, any one of you guys been involved in an intervention before?
Caught our daughter smoking pot once, but
Not really, no.
Intervention is a non-judgmental confrontation. A carefrontation, we call it. Now, what I need from you guys is to make a list of the specific times where Christopher's drug use impacted on you directly. For example, Adriana, is it? You might say something like this. Christopher, last Monday you came home from work high and belligerent, and you were physically abusive to me.
What if he's high when we try to talk to him?
Then we wait till he's sober. During my first intervention, Stephen Petrano waited 10 hours for me to sober up.
your first intervention.
In 1997, I suffered a relapse. As in heroin addiction, alcoholics suffer fairly high recidivism rate.
Great. So he's taking advice from a two-time loser.
There are no losers in recovery.
The long process,
Actually, I
man.
never really met Ralph's kid. I saw him once from a distance, though. Handsome boy.
Yo, you know what the funny thing? Oh, I don't want to say it. But, not Gloria. Valentina looks like this girl I liked in uni. Like, I just, oh, man. She has the same face, man. Like, I couldn't hold it in. I was just looking at her, I'm like, yo, she reminds me of this girl, man. Like,
Had a long struggle out of him, that's for sure.
maybe that's why I like her so much.
Rehab, physical therapy.
Not a care in the world for what Tony was talking about. She's thinking about the food.
So what's up? You make me late for a table tavern on the fucking green.
How's the real estate business?
Excuse me?
You know, HUD, Garside Street, you, Ralph, Zellman.
Someone tell you this?
I'm guessing Zellman was the guy in the beige jacket, Jack guy.
About this yet, Tony. I'm giving you an opportunity to cut a deal, make it right.
Last time, Freelandhausen Avenue, I cut you in at a friendship, but that's over, John. You got nothing coming to you. You or Carmine.
You sure you want to go down this road, Tony?
Is that the suspicions that Tony knocked off Ralph there? with Johnny Sack. Because that wasn't a good conversation at all.
I was thinking like those paintings you see in the courthouse. Something classy, you know, like a Revolutionary War general. Napoleon and his horse. That kind of thing.
He's rather portly to be Napoleon.
Not Napoleon exactly. Like Napoleon.
Silvio's scary, man. Like,
Relax. I think I know what happened to Ralph. And if I'm right, he ain't coming back. It was New York.
Johnny Sack?
What was it? A fat joke?
Sure that didn't help. Carmine. This hunting we're into, they wanted a piece of it. I think they confronted Ralph. Things went sour.
that's a good way to spin it. Back on New
It
York.
wasn't what he said so much as what he didn't say.
We're talking about New York here.
Before we do anything, in terms of payback, you go to your people. I want a full investigation. Nobody makes a move till we know what happened. Understand?
What the fuck? What's going on?
Have a seat.
Christopher, hey.
Family intervention,
I
baby.
know you don't know me, but
Yeah, you're the guy who broke into Stu Leonard's that time. You stole all those pork loins.
yeah, but that's not why I'm here today. Christopher, we're here to talk about your drug problem.
What? Jesus Christ, you fucking kidding me?
Sorry, baby, please.
No, fuck this shit.
You've been told once. Now sit down.
Sit down.
I love how this episode is called the strong silent type, and I feel like that's what Tony was alluding to in terms of like the sad clown. But he has to be the strong silent type individual. He has to be the strong individual in front of the mafia. He has to direct things. He has to be the commander of the army, but he can't show that weakness. So he has to stay silent about his real emotions that, you know, he balls out to Melfi in that room. But I feel like the opposite of this is happening this episode as well, in terms of like, sometimes it's good to speak out. It makes you a stronger individual to speak out about all your problems and things like that. So, like this scenario right here, Aid going to Carmela as well after getting hit. She didn't have to go to Carmela. In fact, I didn't expect her to actually go to Carmela like that. But like, she's been standing up for herself the last few episodes, and it's fantastic.
Ma? Jesus.
Oh man, we pulled out all stops for this. We went down the family tree.
This won't be easy for any of us. But I want you to know that we're here today because we care about you.
What was this, your idea?
All we ask is that you listen. Adriana, you want to be in?
Fur, I love you very much. My only dream is that we have a happy life together. The last few months, things have got very bad with us because of you using drugs all the time. You're high all the time, and I can't take it.
Be specific, hon.
When we first started going out, we made love all the time. Now, because of the drugs,
Jesus, is this fucking necessary?
Go ahead, Adriana.
you can no longer function as a man. Last week, when I came home to learn that you had killed our dog, that was the final straw.
Oh. You killed the dog. What'd you do that for?
It was an accident.
What was it, barking?
He sat on it while he was high.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I fell asleep. She got suffocated or something.
Are you done, Adriana?
Oh, she could go on. She could go on.
Sylvia.
Oh, now that he found out he's an animal killer, oh, it changes everything. Yeah, like,
Kill little Cosette. I gotta suffocate you, you little prick.
Tony, we're going in order. Sylvia?
When I came in to open up one morning, there you were with your head half in the toilet. Your hair was in the toilet water. Disgusting.
I told you I had the flu.
I said my piece, Chrissy.
Great. I can't even defend myself now?
No one's attacking you, Chris.
Look, it doesn't change anything. But I can verify that he was sick for a little while. Still, this thing with the dog, how could you not see it on a chair?
You're getting emotional, Tony.
That's because I know what it's like to lose a pet.
hey, Tony's becoming the strong vocal type a little bit.
Mother-in-law's wake. You You're talking non-stop for 20 minutes. Nothing but gibberish.
My mother's wake. Jesus Christ.
Sorry?
Jesus Christ.
I feel like if this guy wasn't here as a mediator controlling things, I feel like Tony would have lashed out and Chris would have been hung up on the wall like this and things would have gone AWOL. I just want to think, I thought about it for a second as well, like about the title and the strong silent type. I had my sort of like reasons for what it could mean, who it could apply to, but I feel like it can also apply to the relationship between Furio and Carmela. Maybe the strong silent type in terms of like that emotional relationship with them, the strong silent type of love. You know, they talk about how they can't express their love for one another, but they talk about it to other people about how deeply in love they are, and they communicate through their eyes. They communicate, you know, through the way they look at each other. Maybe it's that strong silent type of love as well. So it could mean that as well, despite the strong silent type of individual Tony.
Keep this short and sweet. You're weak, you're out of control, and you become an embarrassment to yourself and everybody else.
Oh, listen to you.
Guys, whoa.
Is this where Pine Barrens should come up?
Not judgmental.
Fuck that. Let him take his medicine.
Seriously, Paulie, you want to talk about fucking up?
Oh, here we go.
Watch it, Chrissy.
Here we go.
I thought we're being honest here.
Group therapy.
You got some balls, you know that? All of you. You want to talk about self-control?
Uh-oh.
How about you, Sil? Fucking every slut you got working in the place when you got a wife and kids at home?
Guys, whoa.
Christopher.
Or you, Paulie? Yeah, remember last winter in the woods with the Russian...
There we
guy?
go.
I'm fucking warning you.
There he goes, Mr. Type A personality.
We are here to talk about you killing yourself with drugs, not my fucking personality.
That's right.
I'm gonna kill myself? The way you fucking eat, you're gonna have a heart attack by the time you're 50.
Oh.
Good. Maybe someone will smack some goddamn sense into him.
Great, my own mother. Fuck you, you fucking whore.
Guys, please, come on.
Oh, through the table, man. Table, ladders, and chairs match here. What sort of intervention was this?
How's he doing?
That wasn't divine. That was physical intervention.
He slipped off the kitchen counter spraying for ants.
Well, he was wearing socks.
Are you aware that he has a drug problem?
Really?
The man has a hairline skull fracture. We'll admit him, keep him overnight.
Hairline skull fracture.
Give us a minute, okay?
That was such a fantastic... I almost wanted that group therapy session to go on longer. Chris wasn't afraid to cut back, but I don't know if that was the drug talking or he just needed that release, and that was the opportunity.
They gave me some aspirin. I'm sorry, T.
Shut the fuck up and listen to me. You're my nephew, Christopher. And I love you. And that's the only reason you're alive right now. For anybody else, anybody, they would have their fucking intervention right to the back of their head. You and me,
The line delivery in this show.
we've done a lot of things for each other.
The cop shot my father. I know what you're telling me. I'll never forget that.
This is how you repay me. I gotta worry if you're gonna flip over a nickel bag of white powder.
No, Tony, never.
You lied to me. I told you were the future with his family. I gave you that responsibility, and you looked me in the eye, and you accepted it.
Yeah.
And you were fucking high.
He said basically fuck you to Tony.
Holy.
In a way.
Shut up.
It's the biggest disrespect.
Tomorrow morning, you're gonna go with Patsy up to this rehab place in Pennsylvania. You're going in. You're staying in. You're going every fucking session, and you're gonna keep your mouth shut. Now, if you need anything at all, Patsy's gonna be half a mile away from you in a motel. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
So does this mean Paulie takes Chrissy's place now? Or Patsy?
Do you understand?
Tony, I'm sorry. How did I fucking get to this?
Oh, so he comes again.
Brought some pastries. He taking a nap?
Yeah,
He driving you to drink?
I can drive myself.
Is there some tension between... I don't know if there's some sexual tension between these two here.
needed that.
What's the matter?
Spent a long time in the hospital last night. Shit that goes on down there.
I wasn't expecting no visitors.
You know, I was thinking about you.
Oh, so you're drunk already.
That's a Russian vodka, man.
You always have this little smile. Like you got your own private joke.
She's sweet, man. I love her. I love her.
You don't talk much, do you?
Strong silent type.
Jesus, no offense.
So that's the trouble with you Americans. You expect nothing bad ever to happen, when the rest of the world expect only bad to happen, and they're not disappointed.
Well, that's a fucking grim outlook.
You have everything, and still you complain. You lie on couches and bitch to a psychiatrist. You got too much time to think about yourselves.
Sounds like me, all right.
You're not so bad. You have many fine qualities. You're big and strong, full of life. Mischief. I always feel positive towards you.
You should see yourself now. In the shadows there, with the smoke all around you. You're beautiful. Remind me of that movie star,
It is beautiful.
Let her gobble.
Not while Uncle June's asleep. Please. Come on. The last thing we need is him waking up to these two effing. I caught it. I caught it. Man, why? Why does Tony always... That's a rehab place? That looks like the X-Men house. Where's Professor X?
May I help you?
Yeah, Christopher Moltisanti.
Professor X's school?
Brad to reception. Your 1 o'clock client is here.
Cigarettes are okay, right?
Cigarettes are fine. In fact, they're encouraged for patients who smoke, but Chris, no chocolate allowed.
No caffeine or substances containing caffeine.
All set?
Well, the wedding's delayed. Postponed.
I love you, baby.
I love you too.
Man, there's one flew over the cuckoo's nest vibes. Shutter Island. Bye-bye, Chrissy.
So, when's Bill coming back? Well, I'll be busy for a few days, but, see you when I can.
I think it's not a good idea.
Poor Bill, man.
Maybe I call you. But I don't think so.
You didn't like it?
I like it very much. But Tony, come on. You're a nice guy, but I got my own problems. I don't want all the time prop you up.
What, are you fucking kidding me?
Что здесь делаешь?
What you doing?
I didn't expect you so soon.
Tell me Uncle I'll talk to him later.
Nice use of the wall there to divide sort of like the frame up where Furio's sitting and the sound I guess the sound system he has.
Bella!
Love you. See? Really? That's Furio. That's Furio. Oh, they going over for dinner. They going over for dinner. Tony microwaving his food. Furio cooking up. Hey, 3 o'clock. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Oh, to be fair, they're both eating alone. Alright, now Tony looked like Napoleon. Oh my gosh. Hey, the painting's crooked. It's not straight.
Driven out to deep left field. Giving chase is Henderson on the run. An opposite field home run. Jason Giambi.
I feel like that was a neat nod right there at the end to the episode with Chris, episode 1 of this season, in terms of like having that the camera pull in and slowly focal pull into the eye of the $20 bill, and then at the end here you slowly pull in to the eye of Tony Soprano on the painting. Very interesting tie into the first episode of this season, in which in which Christopher kills the cop and takes the $20 note. And it's funny how they both hang something. So like Christopher hung something from someone that was killed in the cop, and so like a souvenir he had taken from him, and then Paulie takes something that he hung up, obviously of the boss, but something that was killed in Pio Mai as well. So yeah, that was absolutely a fantastic episode. I would have loved that episode to be a little bit longer as well. I just would have loved the character interactions to continue to go on longer. That scene with them in a circle, with the intervention at Chris's apartment, or Chris and Aid's apartment, was absolutely fantastic, with everyone sort of laying everything on the table, and just going at it. And I feel like, obviously, we know everyone in the mafia, how their tempers are, so I doubt would have lasted any longer anyway, with what was being said and how the shots were being fired right there. It was everyone went over the trenches and they were just going all guns blazing at one another. It could have even got worse, but that guy, you know what? Fair play to him. He controlled it for as long as he could. But yeah, with those heads in that one sort of like in that one location, confined to one another like that, with the women there, oh, you just knew all hell was gonna break loose, and it did. Listen. Clearly, Chris has got a really bad problem, and I'm happy that he's addressing it, because, listen, those sort of problems need to be addressed, and I hope he's on the path to mending himself. And I'm guessing that might be, I don't know if the show's going to go in a way where it's like we're going to see Chris during his rehab process, or it's going to be a situation of he might not appear for a couple episodes in the show and some time will pass and he will just slot right back in. But it might be a situation where it's similar to Paulie at the start of this season. Paulie was in the can. Paulie went in the can. Things changed with Johnny Sack getting in his ear and things like that. And Paulie obviously is telling Johnny Sack the sort of whispers. And the hierarchy had changed a little bit while Paulie was in the can. Now, it's going to be interesting to see now with Chris gone and what he was promised, whether things change while he's in rehab as well, because they're bound to change. Sort of someone's going to have to fill that slot that Christopher was in, and it's going to be interesting to see that how that slot's filled, what happens while that slot is filled. And you also got the slot with Ralphie too, and the tensions they're boiling with New York and the investigations that are going to happen, and Tony trying to shift everything under the rug with what happened with Ralph and trying to pin it on Carmine, and the whole Johnny Sack thing with the joke. That's a neat little thing he could use potentially against New York, because we all know Carmine ordered Johnny Sack to get whacked, and Johnny Sack, he did order a hit on Ralph, but pulled it back. He did things on his own initiative. So that could come into question later on. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything unfolds. Yeah, I love the visual storytelling at the end as well, in terms of like, I don't know, the two lonely men in Furio and Tony, who, you know, they're very proud of their cultural heritage, but Furio, how his mindset has changed from Italy as well. And you saw in the episode with Annalise in season 2, I believe, like episode 4ish, when they visited Italy, how Furio was depicted in that, and then now the change in his character and his view on America as well. Very similar, I feel like parallels with Furio and is it Sverdlina, the Russian girl? I love her, like she's a badass, man. With her in terms of like talking about like the American dream, the lifestyle, of Furio in the cab. I think it was an Indian cab driver. You know, him going about his day-to-day things, talking on the phone, and he had Furio reply, "What?" And it's just like, yeah, that, you know, that America's changing as well. America's changing, and obviously Italy was changing, or like, I don't know, he just became accustomed to the American lifestyle, and he feels like he's not welcomed in his hometown Italy anymore. It just felt different. So yeah, interesting. I love this episode. It was absolutely fantastic, and it's a nice follow-up to an absolute banger that was episode 9 as well. Whoever did this, so this was absolutely fantastic, and I just want to continue watching this fantastic show. So yeah, I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. As always, been Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.